Today, one of my favorites, pork ribs, two ways. Traditional smoked or open fire. Who's gonna win? Let's see, vamos. Okay guys, to continue our series of smoking versus open fire, today we're gonna do one of my favorite things to cook, the pork rib. For the smoke, the traditional method 3-2-1, and for the open fire, we're gonna cook Argentinian style, traditional style, flat on the grill. And as a bonus, because we went to Costco and they have the 3-pack, we have an extra one. So as a bonus, we're gonna use our Kettle Ranch. Let's start prepping the meat. Vamos. Let's go! There is something that I need to say about Costco that you need to change that for sure. Don't take the membrane off, because when we do open fire, we need that membrane, and I'm gonna explain later why we need the membrane. But Costco, they take the membrane off. Also, you know what they do? They trim the fat out of the tri-tip. Damn it! That should be illegal, man. We're gonna do the 3-2-1 method. If you don't know what it is, it's 3 hours without wrapping, 2 hours wrapped, and the last hour with sauce. So it's a total of 6 hours. That for me is kind of insane to cook 6 hours pork rib. And then the other one, the Weber one, I'm gonna cook it for 2 hours unwrapped. Then, because we don't have a thermometer over there, so we're not gonna manage that temperature, we're gonna do by looks. So when I see that it's time to wrap, we're gonna wrap it, and I'm guessing 3 hours total. And for the open fire, at most we're gonna do 2 hours. So let's start the prepping for the 3-2-1 method. I like to use my Blazing Star pork and rub, right? I like that, but I like to mix it for the ribs. I like to mix it with a little slight coat of my SP, but only slight, okay? Un poquito nada más, because this rub doesn't need anything added, but I like my coarse salt and pepper for the crust build. As you saw, we didn't use a binder because we had this for a while outside, so it was already sweating the meat. We're gonna run the smoker between 200 and 225, no more than that, because again, for me, in my brain, 6 hours for a pork rib is a lot, so I don't wanna overcook it. We're gonna keep it 200 there, maximum 225, okay? We are already there, so let's start cooking. Vamos, vamos. Let's go. For this cook, patient and control that heat, okay? Vamos. Now, what are we gonna do for 4 hours? We can start, mate, okay, mate. Mate and patience. Vamos, dale. Jesus Christ. Okay, 2 hours. I like how we maintain the temperature, 200 degrees. It's the first time I'm gonna open the lid. Vamos. We kept the temperature for 2 hours, stable. Keep adding wood. We're using post oak today. 1 more hour and we wrap it. 3 hours in, time to wrap. Ba, 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 ba. We kept the temperature 200 degrees, clean smoke all the way. And check this out, guys. Now it's your turn to comment and tell me if this is how it should look after 3 hours of low and slow. You tell me, okay, if this is correct or not. But now we're gonna wrap. Now back to the smoker. 2 more hours. 2 horitas, vamos. Now we have 2 and 1, so that's 3 hours. Now we should start cooking in this, the Weber one, because that's another 3 hours. So let's start the fire and the prep. Vamos. I don't know if you know this grill, but this is the Kettle Ranch. It's the biggest Weber kettle. So we don't have a chimney, so we're gonna steal some fire from here. Why not? We're gonna use the shovel of the tagwood to steal coal from the solution from Jeremy to put on the Weber. That's why I call integration, guys. Integrate. We're gonna put some royal oak on top and on the sides. Vamos. Let's warm up this grill. This grill doesn't have a thermometer, so we're gonna eyeball everything, okay? For the prep, we're gonna try to be fair and we're gonna use the same seasonings. Weber is already preheat. We're gonna put indirect. So The strategy here is to cook it for 2 hours, and then by the look, we want to see those teeth coming out and the bark, like when it's set, I think that's time to wrap, okay? Vamos. So we have 2 + 1 here, 2 + 1 here. In 1 hour, we're gonna start cooking here. Vamos. This is pork ribs 3 ways. We are 4 hours into the first cook. We have 1 hour here, so we have 2 hours left in each cook. So now we're gonna start cooking the Argentinian style or the open fire style, right? Okay, ready? So now we're gonna spread them. That's another thing that people ask me all the time. I understand the fact that you cook with embers, I like it, blah, blah, I understand everything. But how you control the temperature? Like this, with your hand, with the FRUGONI thermometer. You have to put your hand and count in your head. If you have to pull your hand before it's 5 seconds, that's too hot. So now we have it in a healthy 5 seconds. We're gonna season on the grill because that's what I like to do. I like to season my meat on the grill. So we have the last baby back rib. Again, and this is when I say I need the membrane. I don't like Costco when they take the membrane out, because the membrane not only is going to protect the meat, it's going to retain the moist. This one doesn't have membrane. I don't mind, we have to adapt, but this is another important thing, guys. Bone side first, always bone side first. I'm thinking we're going to cook this for 2 hours, 1.5 hours, 75% of the time is going to be in the bone side. I like this seasoning because they use cane sugar, and when you do open fire, the heat is more aggressive on the meat, regular smoke, or if you're cooking in close, so always it's gonna tend to burn. But this guy here, Mike, Blazing Star, he used cane sugar, so you can see there, if you have like a zoom it in baby. So you're gonna see that cane sugar is gonna melt, it's gonna burn eventually, but it's gonna last longer. Vamos, cooking baby, cooking, vamos! 5 hours since we started the cook. It's time for the 3 to 1, the 1 hour left. In this cook, we're gonna unwrap it and finish it cooking without the wrap. We never know what is gonna happen here, okay? Some people like to take all the tin foil, and some people leave a boat. I'm gonna leave the boat. So we're gonna put some Sonny's barbecue sauce. Oof. What we're doing now is just add a little bit of color, glaze it a little bit. Let's go back to the smokers. Temperature, I left it like it was, 200. That's it. We're not gonna crank it up or anything. 1 more hour. And I hope I'm doing it good. If you're an expert on this, correct me if I'm doing it wrong. Now we're talking here. Check this out. Now the bark is set. Now the teeth is not, they're not showing. Nobody wants to show the teeth today, but I don't know why. So we're gonna wrap it exactly what we did the last one, right? Back to the Weber, indirect, always, close it, boom. Let's see this one here. So that's been at least 1 hour and 15 minutes here. I like what I'm seeing. I touched it without my gloves just now, and I felt warm, so now we're gonna flip it, okay? I think we have, I'm calculating here, we have another 30 minutes. We just wrapped that. We're gonna temp it until it reaches 205. I don't know when is that gonna happen. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe 40, I don't know. And that, 40 minutes away. So I'm thinking we're gonna pull everything at the same time. Let's go! We are 6 hours in, and we just probed the Weber, and we are in 205. I didn't probe this one because I know, but this is done. And this one is exactly 5 hours and 57 seconds. So let's pull everything on the table and let's try it. Vamos, estoy contento, I'm happy. Okay, good call, Ben. So to be fair, we're gonna sauce it. Well, we should sauce both of them, right? Put me some coals, baby. We're gonna caramelize this sauce. We're gonna need to do the same with this one, okay? Overcook it. Woo! Oh my God. Okay. Now you're showing your teeth, huh? Okay, this one is ready. That's the only thing I needed to do. Caramelize it. That's it. That's all we needed. Burn it a little bit. Vamos. Okay, baby, we're done. Okay guys, this is it. This was open fire versus traditional smoking, and we're gonna judge, like always, in 5 categories: looks/bark, appearances, the way how you cook it, you know, how enjoyable is the cooking process, texture, flavor, tenderness. Right off the bat, I can already give a point to looks, bark, and also the cooking process. So the cooking process, I have to say open fire. Again, that's what I do, that's what I love. I definitely didn't like the long cook, you know, the 3-2-1 method. I think it's too much time for a rack of ribs. First point to open fire cook. I love to do that. We cook it in 1 hour and 40 minutes. Point for this. And then looks, bark, I have to go with the 3-2-1 method. This looks pretty good. So now we're gonna slice on the 3 of them. We're gonna try 1 of each, and then we're gonna go for the final results: texture, tenderness, and flavor. Vamos. We're gonna try to cut in the middle, the same rib in each rack, okay? We're gonna start with this one. It's incredibly bigger than the other ones. Let's see the bite, okay? That was weird. I'm not gonna say anything more until I finish, okay? Open fire. Okay, Weber. Okay guys, and now yes, the moment of the truth, and this was pretty shocking to me because I don't know if we cooked this correctly, to be honest with you, because I didn't expect this bite, I didn't expect this texture. Comment below if we did something wrong, but I didn't like the texture of this, I like the flavor, and I didn't like the tenderness. Actually, it was tough. It looks like it needs more cooking, but I can't believe after 6 hours at 200, 225, it didn't cook properly. So again, please tell me what we did. So let's continue the competition. So now, so far we have 1 point this one, 1 point this one. So next is gonna be texture. Texture is the bite. What did you feel when you bite? Honestly guys, I have to go with open fire. Again, open fire cooking is different. When you cook something with open fire, you get the bite. I need to bite my meat. I don't want the meat to dissolve in my mouth. I need that bite. So texture, open fire. So that's 2-1. Tenderness, I have to go with the Weber because it's tender. You can see the clean bone there. It's super tender and I love it. Okay, the last one, flavor, I have to go with the Weber one. I love the sweetness. I love everything about these ribs. I think this is how a rib's supposed to taste. That puts us in a tie. We have 2-1. You didn't watch the whole video not to have a winner. Having everything into consideration, the winner of this video is BAM! The Weber one. I'm gonna explain why, because they're super close, but I think the sweetness, the tenderness, the clean bone, I think that barbecue ribs, they have to taste like this. As much as I love these ribs, and I'm gonna make that all my life until the day I die, the ribs are supposed to taste like that. And also cooking it in a legacy grill like a Weber, that makes it even better. So if you enjoyed this video, give us a follow, comment something, what ideas you have, open fire versus barbecue, what next, what we can cook. FRUGONI, pork ribs out. Vamos. Bang.